Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab. Well, I'm in my books doing what I do for you. I got a nice lesson from the book for you today. Good information. Let's go. Writism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. The message in the story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in to receive them. The numbers say you like what I'm doing. I appreciate you too. You got a good thing going. Let's rock. Right thinkers mission, and that's what I want. It's to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to what? A higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Knowing yourself on a spiritual level a little more. Right thinkers' way of life through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. That's my mission for all my right thinkers to do just that. And my goal and to do that on a day-to-day basis to help you along the way. For those who don't know themselves, I'll be here every day for you, doing what I do for you to help you. Let's go. Know thyself is the goal for all of us right thinkers. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Stay tuned. I appreciate you. I got you. A person who knows not and believes and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. A person who knows but knows not that they know is asleep spiritually. I can awaken them with knowledge of self. I'm the spiritual alarm clock. That's what I do. Wake you up. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons, they reside in you. I think is know thyself. And to my act, be true. I'm in my book and I'm just getting lessons out of here like 40 going on. Okay? The new Bible. The Kemetic Tree of Life. The Jews know us as Kabbalah, a bunch of people, a bunch of nonsense, but we're doing the Tree of Life our way, the original concept. But I'm taking you through those lessons bit by bit. This lesson is called Gods Are Immortal Men, and Men Are Mortal Gods. Yes, that means in the flesh, we're men. In the spirit, we're God. When we wake up and realize that, we become gods in the flesh. That's what our goal. That's the point of all human beings to go. So that's a concept I'm going to break down to you today. Let's start with that one. It's the ancient Egyptian proverb. So this discipline of which I speak of is embodied in what? The word that has been given to describe this Kemetic philosophy and practice of spiritual disciplines. Again, Shidi, to profoundly study something. And when you spiritual disciplines that lead to what? Enlightenment and self-mastery and is theurgy. Theurgy. It's the study of sacred science. Okay? The art of what? Learning and maintaining, controlling what? The cosmic forces. This is why human beings can become greater than the cosmic forces. Well, how could that be? Why? Because humans can control the cosmic forces and exist on all planes of existence, symbolized by who? Haru. At the bottom is the pole. It goes from 1 to 10. Haru being the bottom and Ra at the top. They are joined together. Once you become Haru, you know you and Ra are one. That's the cosmic Ano mythograph, and it has Ra at the top as a physical human being, again, as divinities through development of what? The subtle aspects of their spiritual personalities. A human being who is a sage or saint is what? In sense, higher than gods and goddesses. Because let me read it to you. I break it down. I can just keep on reading. Why? The gods and goddesses rule in the what? Netherland, the spiritual realm. Watch this. And they manage creation. They just do what they do for the supreme being. They have a job. They have a function. That's all they do. And so they have their emanations that do their work, subtle energies, watch this, that course through what? The universe. That's part of creation. And these emanations can what? Be manipulated and harnessed by who? Mortal man and women to also do certain work, like creating positive vibrations to facilitate a program, influencing others, giving lectures and helping other people along, giving lessons like I do on a daily basis, but also changing moods, lives, and engendering what? Peaceful conditions, but most importantly, creating the energy or force of Sa, S-A-A. Sa is understanding, knowledge, getting knowledge is getting Sa, understanding of the knowledge that you're taking in. Again, Sa means what? Understanding and having knowledge. Information does not mean having understanding. Understanding is important when you're studying the mystical philosophy, and that is a certain form of what? Energy or force that allows an aspirant to overcome obstacles on the path, like the lack of will. If you're not spiritually strong, you will not do the things you need to do. It's called lack of will to spend time doing what? Reading or what? Meditating or putting down what? The ego so that the intellect may have a chance to work out the mysteries of life. When they tell you let go and let God, that means lean not onto your own understanding. That means sometimes you got to let God control. And that's letting go of your ego. Again, me, I self, and letting your higher self take over. Let your conscience be your God. That's who you want to run you, not your ego self. The application, of the tree of life disciplines, watch this, for spiritual evolution may be thought of as what? Scientific process. Quick lesson. Religion without science is superstitions, useless information. Science without religion is ridiculous also. Why? Because you need science to prove. Science is just proven out. Religion is just a concept. So you need to prove for that concept. So let's get to this. Men and women are what? To become God-like. How? Through life of virtue and the cultivation of what? The spirit through what? Scientific knowledge and practice and bodily discipline. See if I can break that down for you right quick. If you live a spiritually disciplined and virtual lifestyle and you're cultivating your spirit by living and doing, being the right things, you will be blessed in measures you can't even believe. Why? Because you have to do that to find out. You know for yourself. That's what I'm trying to teach you. I can't give you mine. Man, listen, I be here all day telling you about how blessed I am. But when you do it for yourself, then you're what? You pass it on. And you have done what? Scientifically proven with knowledge of self by living it. And you practice what? Bodily discipline. I live above my waist. I'm not enticed by the booty shaking and all that nonsense. When young people get better at spiritual discipline themselves, that nonsense won't affect them. It's going to be there. It ain't going nowhere. It's here to stay. So get better. And next one is knowledge of what? Knowledge is far different from sense. For sense is brought on about what? That much which have the mastery of our whole knowledge is the end of science. Knowledge is proven out with science. And science is what? God's gift. All science is what? Incorporeal, the instrument it uses being the mind, just as the mind employs the body. Free the mind and the body will follow, as George tell you. That's another ancient Egyptian proverb. I got another one for you. Let's get to this one. If mortal man and woman can discover their own divinity, know themselves, that means that they rule on what? The lower plane, the physical world that we live in right here. Everybody, see, that God gave that other stuff, he living in heaven on your hard work. So you got to die to get the pleasures of heaven. No, it don't work that way. It really don't. It's what you do here. So the planes of matter with physicality and mental instinct, in a sense, that is what It means to what? Become Haru Haru the Great. And also, this is what it means to what? Be a pharaoh, the king or queen. You preside over what? Your world. In the meantime, you are what? A prince or a princess, meaning you're in training, you're still growing. You got Haru in three different stages: the boy, the young, and then the warrior. So he changes as he goes along in life. That's what it's about. You are aspiring what to that position. If they discover what their higher planes, aka themselves, of existence, they also will rule on what the higher planes as well, the planes of what intellect and astral existence. That's the next level up. In an upcoming class, we will study more about Haru. I got that coming for you. Watch this. Who is king of the world in the physical form, and how to become king and queen of your world. This is the end of that lesson. Now we got to do a quick question and answer session. That's the next page. This book gives you the stuff and then ask questions. So the next question is this right here. What is the tree of life in terms of a vehicle to achieve higher consciousness? So how could the tree of life get me to be high conscious? Yeah. Try to break it down for you. Good question. I got the answer right here. The tree of life is what? Like a ladder, if you will. It is a web of connections that connect the physical with what? The spiritual, the yin and the yang. You need the both opposites to come together. A tree, in the sense, is what? Like a ladder that makes the connection. Ordinarily, you think of a tree that rises up from the ground and reaches up and sprouts out. It actually connects the earth to the sky. The tree comes up from the earth, from the seed. It raises up its trunk and then spreads out its branches. At the top of the tree, you have the sky. At the bottom of the tree, you have the earth. Nope. Yeah. They got that concept. And you can what? Climb a tree and get to the top also. Likewise, you can climb the tree of the Anoyan Thurgy, the tree of life of Anoyan Thurgy is an arrangement of gods and goddesses or Neteru who are connected and their connections that which binds them all together allows their principles to be what? Understood in a holistic manner by what? Extending from one to the other in order to encompass them all from the heavens to the earth. That means you're covered from top to bottom. The next question is, what are you talking about God and goddesses? The God and goddesses of the tree of life of Anuyan. The question is, what is the purpose of the Neteru? Good question again. I got the answer for you. I'm just going to wrap it up. I got a nice little lesson here. The Neter, or the single supreme being, emanates cosmic forces, and those cosmic forces are called Neteru, or gods and goddesses. So from the supreme being comes God and goddesses, and those God and goddesses are given specific tasks. They are cosmic forces. Luke, use the force that have different vibrations, different manifestations in time and space. Again, they also have particular colors and ways of feeling. For more insight into the Neteru, see the following diagram, which is on my book. They got Ra at the top, you got Mayat, you got Heteru, you got Tahuti, that's the top level. Then you got Shu, air, Tefnut, moisture. You got Geb, earth, Nu, which is the heavens covers over. And you got Set, ego, Nefet, mortality. You got Asar, which is eternal spirit. Then you got Aset, wisdom. Then you have on the bottom, you got Ampu, which is the result of Asar and Nefet, which is spirit and mortality. He represents a song of discernment. Then you got Haru. Asar and Aset come together. Spirit and wisdom creates Haru. That's who you all aspire to be as right thinkers. We want to reach that level to become Haru. Now let me defend this right quick. This picture displays the Paute of creation of the Anuyan theology, along with the underlying principles, watch this, which sustain them. They all represent a concept. Paute means company of God and goddesses, as explained. I talked about that earlier. Now, the Paute refers to creation itself. The deities of the Paute are 9 in number plus Ra. the creator, started with one, and it includes Shu. I just told you about Shu, air, Tefnut, moisture, Geb, earth, Nut, the heavens, Asar, the spirit, Aset, wisdom, Set, ego, Neptat, mortality, and then Haru. Mayate, Hetharu, and Tahuti are not part of the Paiute itself. Why? Because they are subtle principles which support its existence. Now, Anpu, we know as Anubis, is not a direct production of the Anuan Thurgy creation myth. Why? Because the Paiute company gods, however, he is strongly related to the company as a product of what? Mating of two members of their company. I told you, Asar and Nether, spirit and mortality, life brings on. He represents instinct as well as a purified mind. So he is a new principle emanating from creation itself that represents the basic human mind at the level of what? Instructional behavior, but not intellect or intuition. He expresses the canine cosmic force and represents instinct and sense of awareness as well as correct discernment, knowing right from wrong, between right and wrong. This right discernment is important. Why? As it is necessary to attain for anyone who wants to enter into the obelisk and start the journey of what? The tree of life, the journey of self-knowledge and enlightenment. As the half-brother of Haru, an aspect of him, Ampu, and his aspect, Wepawat, is a preparatory step needed before what? Engaging in the study of the first main principle of the tree of life that allows vertical movement, meaning rising up. Last one, in order to successfully complete the journey, everyone needs to evolve what? Spiritually. So the characters of the myth of creation and their various forms of interaction with each other are in reality an elaborate mystic code. Decoding the esoteric meaning behind the lesson. That's what we're doing. Relating to what? The areas of human consciousness which need to what? Be developed in order to grow what? Spiritually. Right thinking does that. The first thing that we notice then, when the divinity of the ancient Egyptian creation was based on what? The teachings of Anu, meaning the first time, are placed in what? Hierarchical fashion based on their order of creation by Ra. And their mystic significance is that they are arranged in accordance with their level of cosmological density and psychic relevance. Density here refers to what? Their order of subtlety. As the as the elements composing the creation, Ra is the first principle which emerges out of what? The primeval waters. We talked about that at the beginning. That was the beginning. He is the subtlest single principle of creation. After him, everything came in pairs. The focus of oneness as individual, divine consciousness in time and space. The ocean itself transcends time. Before anything else, we had the water here, the ocean. And before time transcends time and space and is beyond existence and non-existent. Ra is the first principle to emerge out of the undifferential essence, and his emergence signifies the beginning of existence, aka the Big Bang. And I'm out. Hope the lesson was good. I did a lot of reading. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I got more.